Macmillan Audio presents The Haunting of Room 904 by Erika T. Wurth. Read for you by Ina Barone. Chapter 1. I'd felt dread the minute Alejandra and I entered Cleo's apartment. Her face was sallow, stricken. She looked like 1,000 ghosts had poured through her, like time itself had come for a final reckoning. I closed my eyes. I could feel something at the barest edge of my senses, something powerful. I moved further into the ghost at my side, wanting to know more about why they were here. But they faded back into that whispering gray purgatorial world I had only witnessed in dreams. Cleo had handed me the listing a few minutes after we'd settled in.
D-book box for sale. Warning, this is not a plaything. It is possessed. This object sat in my great-great-grandmother's closet for years. Got curious one day and decided to try to open it. That's when scary stuff started happening. I'd find scratches all down my legs, my back. I'd wake up to moaning noises and the room would be freezing. Violent thoughts started to come into my brain, and I am not like that. The lights in the house started flickering. I didn't connect it to the box until my mother came by and said that her mom had put it away after the same stuff had happened to her. She told me my ancestor called whatever was in the box the cursed one. Sometimes I hear noises from the box. I just want to sell it to someone who knows what to do with it. $50 OBO. Per eBay policy, this object is for entertainment purposes. The box from the listing she'd found on eBay was black, covered in thick, gray dust. It felt sticky, cobwebby. The touch revolting. There were waxy strings holding the lid down, and a large, ornate black lock. I glanced briefly up at the streetlights through the frosty window. The snow blowing in blue streaks beneath them. It was coming down like mad, the roads covered in gray-brown slush from a late spring snow. "Just breathe, Olivia," Alejandro said, patting my hand. I blinked, glanced down. My hand was clenched around the listing. "Sorry," I said, releasing it to the coffee table. I hadn't wanted to take anything on this week. "It's okay,"
Cleo said, running one freckled hand through her hair, her eyes flitting briefly to the window, then back over to me. The snow had started to fall even more rapidly, the sky a mass of white. "So when did all of this start?" I asked, picking up the mug she'd poured for me when we'd first come in.
"About a week after I got it in the mail. Like I said over the phone, the minute I saw it, I had to have it. There was just something that drew me. I thought it sounded neat."
"Neat," I echoed. Most of the paranormal listings on eBay were haunted dolls written about in inarticulate script, clearly playing off the popularity of the Conjuring films. This object, however, was unique. "Go on," Alejandro said. He generally let me lead the questioning. Sometimes, however, he questioned while I looked around, let my mind search. Though Alejo did a lot of the day-to-day things, like keep our calendar, I needed him with me on gigs to make sure that if I went off the edge, I had someone there to catch me. My mind was strong, but when you were clairvoyant, spirits or anything else could get in, and you wouldn't know until it was too late.
"Then it was little things,"
she said, continuing. She sipped at her coffee, and I could see her hands trembling.
"I couldn't find Mousy. I got him when he was a kitten, just a tiny black ball."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?